Hey everyone, Kyle once again, and welcome back to the next episode review of Solo Leveling Episode 7. Once again, another insane episode. I really loved it, Like I said before, I just don't understand any haters for this. The haters have for the show. I don't want to really understand it, though. But, I found this was a very fun... I think this is probably... How the rest of the year goes, I'll probably say it's going to be one of the best ones I've seen this year. Definitely. Probably, if I have a list, maybe it'll be my top 3. But I'm really loving this show, and with this episode, with the wholly insane fight he has with a flaming cerberus, I'm like, my God, this guy, he's proven to be hard to kill. I mean, if you get what the hard to kill, I mean, referring to the Steven Seagal movie, Hard to Kill, right? He's just gonna be hard to kill. but I really enjoyed it. I mean, so after that, after his victory at that last dungeon, right? And he and when he got paid, he goes home with his sister, and saying that how he has money for food and to cover some of his mother's medical bills for a short time, but they still have to give me more though. So, and looking up one of the abilities he has on the computer list, right? So he normally can't get drunk. Like he can drink as much as he wants to, but he can't get drunk, right? So it's like a detox, right? So it just reminds me of what in the first Captain America movie, because after when Steve supposedly lost Bucky, like he tries drinking and he says, it's the serum that he has in him kind of like neutralizes any alcoholism, so he can't get drunk, right? So it's kind of seeing a similar to that, but except it's these abilities that Jinwoo have, So, he has another chance to do some more do more dungeons, right? Like we see him, he's running more with his sister. Like she can't keep up with him, and then he gets a call that from Jinwoo, the young guy who was wearing all that fancy armor in the dungeon that was with him, right? And he got out with. His name's Jinwoo, so I got his name right. Calls him to meet with him, saying that hey, he wants to be a guild master, right? So he wants to try to make build a headquarters for their own guild, right? But he needs to be that his father is going to be him and his family trying to make though. But he needs to do like 20 raids, right? The first one he went on is the first one, so he needs 19 more to become an exceptional guild master. So and he wants Jinwoo to be with him, right? Because he knows what he's capable of, because he knows he's more than just an E rank. He could be higher than a B rank, So he just wants to try to win him to be with him to be part of his guild, though, and even paying him like what $30 billion, try to do it, but he still refuses though. But even he tries one last play that Jinwoo tries to be, I'll take your secret to the grave, but he still walks, And I kind of feel bad, for June because he was a young guy. Yeah, he got all this fancy armor that was paid by his dad, but he wants to try to be a much better hunter, and he wants to have a guy who is badass trying to be by his side, because knowing what he can do, right? But and also we get a shot of those government officials. I'll say that called them. I don't know what their organization is. I'll just call government officials. One guy who was with who talked to Jinwoo earlier when he was in the hospital, and he examined him with the whole thing that it's like a rare reawakening. The guy, they look at the files of the two survivors of that dungeon, him and Jinwoo, that including the deaths of those guys, including the leader of the group, who was the older brother of one other guy who was also famous as well, right? They're kind of a little bit puzzled, how. Because how it went down the dungeon, like yeah, the one guy who has that fancy armor, right? Still, maybe he could have done it, though because he's D rank, but they're looking at Jinwoo's though because he's the same guy who he interviewed from before, and there was this other weird dungeon that happened to him, right? So he's kind of a little bit puzzled on that though, right? So they're trying to try to keep like an eye on him because they think something is probably kind of weird about him, right? Like how he was just knocking on death's door in that dungeon. Now he's just fully recovered. He's just doing more his work, you know. So that's gonna be playing on that though. And so when after the meeting he has this another thing that he gets another key, right? And it kind of looks like a demonic key, and he goes to. So he's gonna try to level up some more. So he goes into this dungeon, and it kind of looks like it's like a fiery hell, right? And they say it's like an S rank dungeon. You know, the best, the highest. That's before the lowest rank is E, the highest rank is S, right? So the one he goes to is an S rank dungeon. And this is where we get the best part of this episode, where he fights this insane battle with this flaming 3-headed cerberus, right? That's guarding this flaming castle, right? And he's just getting the shit beaten out of him. He loses an arm again when it bites his arm off. And he's just getting tossed around, thrown through walls, and he tries stabbing at it. You know, he tries to use the paralyzing and drain ability. And the more he gets the shit beaten out of him, the more you see his health points going down, right? And he's trying to do his best, you know, but you think he's not. We know that he doesn't want to die, right? He still wants to be the strongest, right? So he forgets he has the storage box, and he has potions. He can level up a little bit, and of course he had that green rock that he can just teleport out of there, right? But of course he drops it though. He could have just left out of there at any time though, but he dropped it though. And he has this poison that, you know, kind of, which reflected on why the whole thing about why he can't get drunk, right? But it was like a poison, right? So he gambles it, but it kind of say on the screen, say like you'll be like 35% less strong though. So, but he gambles it anyway, and he's just getting. Yeah, he's still getting the shit beat out of him. He's still trying to stab, and then he's in the whole thing's mouth, though, right? One of the thing's mouth. And he just keeps continuing stabbing in the eye, and then he gets that ability up, you know, where his eyes are glowing blue, right? Where he's the moment he's just gonna when he defeated the big spider, right? And he just stab until ultimately he defeats the monster. He defeats the Cerberus, and he gets a lot of level ups. Now, I would say that monster itself, I would say, is not probably like S level though, but because what's in that flaming castle, that's the real threat. Because the Cerberus was just the protector of the gate basically. So whatever's in that flaming castle, right? That's where the real S rank thing is. Whatever it is in there, it's S rank. And he thinks about it, and he's like, nope, maybe next time. Which I'm like, yes, a very wise decision, yes. There's no way you're just going to do that and just take on an S rank already. So he made the wise decision. He's like, nope, next time. And also, he received another prize where it's a part of an ingredient to create the elixir of life, because on the whole video game menu mentions about this elixir of life where it cures all diseases, and he can use that to cure his mom, right? And if he cures his mom, but it's all done in sections. Also, he receives a part of the elixir of life, so he needs to continue on so he can build it more and create the elixir of life, and they can use that to cure his mom, right? And the funny thing is, though, when the government officials realize some shit's up with this guy, because now if he gets an elixir of life, and his mom, who's just comatose in bed for how long in that hospital, right? All of a sudden she just miraculously recovers because he used the elixir of life. They're gonna know some shit is up, right, with Jinwoo, you know. So they're gonna start piecing things together. What's going on with this guy? Because this guy's not telling everything he knows, right? Because the guy's not on death's door. All of a sudden, he's fully recovered. He's physically fit and he's more doable. He survives another dungeon with a guy and the leader Well, speaking of the brother of that leader who died that he killed, right? We get another shot. We got a shot where the younger brother, because he said his older brother's dead, so it's the younger brother. He's gonna take revenge on the guy who killed his brother, because he gets the list of the two guys, Jinho and Jinwoo, right? And he's saying, "Do I have time? Do I have any filling in my schedule? Am I fully booked?" And he said, and then his assistant says, "Yeah, for the in the future, yes, he's booked." So he's saying, "Okay, I guess I'll have some time to fill in a squeeze in to get my revenge on my brother's death, right?" So he's gonna go revenge hunting on the person who killed his brother. So so again, you're at that point now. And it's just like how he just cynically grins, which is how he says it. But episode 7 of Solo Leveling, I really enjoyed it. The whole fight, the whole Cerberus fight was absolutely insane. This show keeps on getting more crazy, more with the battles and animation. The animation of the Cerberus was really well done, I would say. How it was all with the flames and stuff on that, and it was really well done. The whole fight was absolutely insane. Just, him getting the shit beaten out of him, but he tries to recover and ultimately wins it, because he's been taking on all these big things, like at first with the spider, then that huge giant snake, and the whole thing with Jinho, tries to recruit him to build their own Master's Guild, right? Even though no matter how much he pays, even the point where he brings up the sister while running, he's like, "What would you do with $30 billion? Well, save some for college and pay for mom's medical expenses, but I guess save it because it's not really realistic enough, But yeah, I really enjoyed episode 7, so I'm really looking forward to seeing the next one, what's gonna happen. And yeah, he made the wise decision not to go in that castle, so it's like, hey, maybe next time. Yeah, very wise decision. But that's episode 7. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for another one, and we'll see you next time. Later.